So this is the natal reading for Blue, and so I'm gonna start off with a Western, and so we got you being a double Cancer and a triple Cancer. So your Mercury is conjunct with your Sun, and also conjunct your Moon. So you seem to be like well in alignment. So you are like a very Cancer archetype-esque person, just being a triple Cancer, right? That mentality. Venus and Gemini, Mars and Virgo. That makes a square between Venus and Mars kind of like are doing the tango, in the universe. They kind of work together. It's like desires and also kind of like your charm ability. So Geminis, I'd say, are more charming. Geminis are very Venus-y. Like Gemini is the lovers and tarot, and then Virgo is more the hermit. So you can be at odds with yourself. That creates squares are basically just learning experiences. Conjunctions are powers. So like conjunctions are like purple frequency, and squares are like green frequency. So like when it comes to a square, it's like that's like a learning process that builds character, but it could be like challenging, but it's like eating your veggies. Your veggies don't taste very good, but they'll help you be big and strong. And then Cancer is so like your Mars, you might take on the Mars energy more just because Virgo and Cancer are sextile, and that creates an opportunity. Sextiles are like blue energy frequency per se, right? Like the wavelength of it, if you catch my drift. So Jupiter being in Libra, and so your ascendant is in Libra, so Jupiter's in your first house, so that kind of makes you a Jupiterian type of individual, as in your soul, it's your persona too. And your Saturn is in Aquarius, and so I wouldn't say that your Jupiter and Saturn are trine, but they almost are. And your Jupiter is only technically really square probably your Moon. So that's another learning experience too, right? And your midheaven is in Cancer. So that means 2 degrees Cancer. So it seems like you are a 10th house Cancer, I think. 10th house Cancer. So you're probably the most career-oriented Cancer out of them all. So now I'm going to do 4 pillars of destiny. So for you, I got Year of the Water Rooster. That's the same year as me. So that deals with yin. Yin water deals with the ability. It deals with more like healing, regeneration, and it deals with kind of like intuition. So you're like born in the month of the Earth Goat. I think goats are one of the diplomatic. Roosters are thinkers. Goats are diplomatic animals. Rats are, I believe, also diplomats, and horses are protectors. So your Daymaster is the metal rat. No, rats are, they're competitors. Rats are competitors. So horses are protectors, rats are competitors, goats are diplomats, and roosters are thinkers. So, water kind of drains the energy of the rooster, so that gives you more water power. If you understand, so like regeneration. That's dealing with your cohort though. So your month, that's Earth. Earth deals with community, and I think the goat is at home in Earth. So you might be a very community-oriented person, especially being a 10th house Cancer. Your Daymaster is the metal rat. So what this means is that metal deals with like thinking and analysis and like the lungs. Earth deals with the stomach. Water deals with the kidneys. And so you're also a water horse. Horses are kind of ruled by fire, so the water kind of puts out and clashes with the horse nature, and that's your intimate self. That's when no one's really around. Your Daymaster is your socialized self, and it goes into your persona and like your moon sign per se. So yeah, metal rat. Rats are very smart, very entrepreneurial, and that kind of like coincides with you being in the 10th house, 10th house Cancer. So I did your Draconic chart, and this deals right with like the North Node. So they bumped you up from Cancer to a Scorpio. They flipped it around. So, Cancers and Scorpios are very similar creatures, except that the Cancer has a shell and the Scorpio has a stinger. So maybe you had too much of a stinger, and now you want to experience what it's like to not use your stinger and instead use a shell. Your Mars is in Capricorn, so yeah, your soul has Capricorn energy, and would gravitate to the 10th house. And your Venus is in Libra, so yeah, you would gravitate towards Venus Jupiterian energy as well. And your Saturn's in Capricorn, so that's your draconic chart. And so for your nakshatras, this takes a quick minute. So 25 degrees, 12 degrees. Okay, Sun first, 25 degrees. This will be Sun probably and Mercury. So Punarvasu. Punarvasu is a cat nakshatra, cat yoni. It's also ruled by Guru, Jupiter, and I think Punarvasu is a diva spirit too. So 12 degrees. That's Ardra, and I don't know which one that is for that nakshatra, but so yeah, for your reincarnation, your moon nakshatra is Ardra, and your sun nakshatra is Punarvasu. So I think your Mercury is also Punarvasu, and your Venus is going to be 13 degrees Gemini, so that's Rohini. The male snake is a Manuasha, Gana or Guna, and your Mars 1450 degrees Virgo. Is Purva Falguni. Can't quite remember which one Purva Falguni was, but I think Purva Falguni might deal with the female rat, which is also one of the 4 Brahmins of the nakshatras. So I think that deals with your Mars for this reincarnation in this life, and then Jupiter being in Libra, 753. I think so that's Hasta. So that's a angelic diva buffalo, female buffalo. So your Saturn is in 2911 degrees Aquarius, so that's definitely Danista. That's the female lion for your Saturn. And your ascendant being 1 degrees 53 seconds is going to be Uttara Falguni, which is a male cow or bull. So for your draconic chart, I did that actually. I don't know if the nakshatras apply to all draconic charts. When I did my conversion, it kind of it felt right for me. But I'm not going to do the nakshatras for draconic charts yet until I have more conviction that it applies to the draconic chart as well. Because I feel like natal is more for nakshatras, but I mean it could. You don't really know what the stars were back then, right? So let's do fixed stars. So 2549 degrees Cancer. Let's see. 2549. You are right on this one. So it says Procyon. This is Little Dog, and it is Alpha Canis Minoris. So I don't know if this is all right, but it says of the Mercury of Mars and Mercury. So yeah, dogs are very smart. But I don't know if these names for the stars really are right. But hey, if you want to get a tattoo based off your stars, then maybe that could be an option, right? So 12 degrees 14. Let's go to Mercury though, just because we're here. So we have Castor for Mercury, and we have a mortal twin. So this seems like Gemini. So yeah, Alpha Gemini for your Mercury. So you might communicate like a Gemini, perhaps. Who knows? How do you feel about that? Your moon is 12 degrees Cancer. Didn't quite hit the mark on that. Maybe Sirius. Oh, okay. We'll have to do Sirius. I suppose. So yeah, you got Sirius. Yeah, Alpha Canis Major. It's a big one. Very bright star. That's like the brightest star, I believe. Dealing with your moon. So yeah, you might be at a level of intelligence comparable to the Anunnaki, perhaps, if you believe in that. I don't know if you do. But yeah, you're probably super intelligent, or you could communicate as if you are extremely intelligent. I would say, yeah, I mean, Cancer energy is very bright. You know, that's like the brightest part of our solar system, right? Cancer and Gemini. So there's that. For your Venus, Gemini, you know, summer solstice energy, 13 degrees Gemini. It's like a lot of stars in Gemini, like almost too many. Or maybe guess we'll have to go for Cursa, the Giant's Footstool. So this deals with I think the Eridani is like a river, probably something that wraps around our zodiac, like a giant constellation similar to Draco. Don't know too much about that. Mars is 14 degrees 50 seconds Virgo, and we have Mizar and Koksa. So Mizar is tail of the big bear. So yeah, bears are pretty much, when you think about it, bears are just really, really big dogs. Yeah, bears and dogs are like obviously on the same wavelength as in comparison to cats. And then Koksa. So I don't know why it is a Leo. So you got some Leo energy influencing your Mars from the Leo constellation. But who knows? You can name the constellation whatever you want when you really think about it. So maybe, should we rename the constellations? Jupiter, 7 degrees, 53 seconds. Libra. I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna give you one for that. It seems like there's a blank space there in our solar system, as far as what they're saying on this. But Saturn is 2911 degrees Aquarius, and I think there's a blank space there too. So those are your fixed stars and your soul. So yeah, you know, you are probably very psychic, you know, being and you're probably able to communicate this well, being a Libra rising maybe. 10th house, yeah, you might find yourself utilizing a career in being using your third eye, you know, being clairvoyant maybe. Cancer deals with clairvoyance of the third eye, whereas Scorpio deals more of clairsentience and less third eye. So you were probably a very clairsentient being, and now you're really learning how to use you know, Cancer, you know, dealing with clairvoyance, but Cancers might not want to deal with what they see, so they might block themselves off. So yeah, that's your chart. Let me know if you have any questions. I think I covered everything, and yeah, natal chart reading for Blue. Peace out.